Valentine's Day, but that's all right. You just hold your loved ones closer
Aw, that's
or
so nice.
cozy up to a nice chick flick. Do you have a chick flick choice, by the way? Go to?
A chick flick choice.
Yeah, think about that while I tell everybody the weather.
Okay.
High 45 today. Looks like tonight cloudy and a 40% chance for some rain developing overnight with a low down to 34. Chick flick?
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm thinking Silence of the Lambs.
You
That's a
would.
love story
Yes.
between
yes.
Hannibal and the FBI person.
Yeah, Saw. Saw
No,
1, 2, 3.
no, now you're being silly.
Yeah. Let's do that. No, I saw the dirt. I think it was Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing is a better choice than When Harry Met Sally.
Oh,
Like if you had to choose between the two, a survey had said,
okay.
go Dirty Dancing.
What about Roadhouse? Is that a chick flick?
Hey, I think there's a love story in there at some point.
There is, absolutely.
Love roundhouse kicking people.
Roundhouse,
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Good choice.
Yeah, probably not the chick flick you were looking for.
No. Robotics Roundup coming up here in just a little bit, but let's find out what's happening in the news this morning. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See gomichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the stories we're following for you today. There's a major renovation project planned at the Public Safety Building in Hager Township. The Township Board of Trustees on Monday approving the $581,000 project to make way for ambulance personnel. Township Supervisor Izzy DiMaggio tells us there's a new agreement with 4 other municipalities that now includes Hager Township. And part of the agreement was that an ambulance crew would always be stationed in the township to improve response times. DiMaggio says a goal was to avoid spending any general fund dollars on the work. The township found some partners to help with the expense.
Our Riverside DDA, Downtown Development Authority, has graciously approved spending up to $450,000 toward the project.
The Northern Marion Fire Board has voted to contribute $100,000, and Hager Township will use about $100,000 in federal ARPA funds for the project. DiMaggio says the renovations will include the addition of new office space, storage, and a training and meeting room. Work is expected to be finished this fall. The economy in West Michigan might be slowing, but it's not all bad news. That's according to new research from Brian Long, the director of supply management research at Grand Valley State University's College of Business. Long attributes the decline to softening conditions among automotive parts suppliers and office furniture firms.
This is because there's a glut of excess office space in some major markets, and higher interest rates have resulted in some new office projects being scrapped or, even worse, thrown into bankruptcy.
Long says confidence remains high among consumers and industries at the local and national levels. He says the possibilities of a recession this year appear to be fading rapidly. And it took the support of the entire community to help the Van Buren County Historical Society repair its museum in Hartford. We started talking about this yesterday. It was a storm back in June of 2022 that took the roof off the museum. It took the roof off the museum and landed in a nearby ravine. Since then, the roof has been replaced. Additional work has been done inside the building, and the Historical Society President Sandra Merchant says most of the archives that were initially damaged were actually saved.
Remarkably, we did not lose a lot of things. They dried out the paper by freezing it and then returned it to us in boxes. And we're in the process of resorting and reclassifying.
Merchant says the Historical Society leases the building from Van Buren County, which has it insured. However, support from the community has also been helping. The Historical Society could use a little bit more help, it says, as it prepares to move back into the museum.
We're planning on reopening in June. We have a lot of cleaning to do. Everything that was boxed up has to be put back and the work on the rooms that were damaged is fantastic. They look better than they did, but everything has to be moved back into them.
Merchant says they'll need those with expertise in fabric preservation and in woodworking, as well as people who are willing to just help move items, arrange them, and dust them.
Sure.
The public is invited to a meeting at the Van Buren County ISD Center in March to learn more about that. We have more information on our website, WSJM.com. And one more, starting this week in Michigan, if a person is found to be at risk of harm to themselves or others, there's a new law that says law enforcement can use an extreme protection order to temporarily take away their firearm. That is under what's known as the state's new red flag law. April Zelli, policy co-director for the Institute for Firearm Injury Prevention at the University of Michigan, calls the red flag laws potentially life-saving.
They are to be used in times of crisis, when someone is suicidal or when someone is actively at risk of harming someone else.
The law allows police, family members, intimate partners to petition the courts to temporarily disarm a person at risk for as long as the order is in effect. Zelli said these new laws won't affect gun owners who are not in danger of harming themselves and others. Several counties in Michigan, however, have passed resolutions saying they are Second Amendment sanctuaries. So we'll see how that affects law enforcement. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Here in just a few minutes, you'll be able to hear Robotics Roundup, where I talk with the Greengineers.
The Greengineers, are they green?
They are green.
That's cool.
From Berrien Springs.
Oh, very nice.
So we'll talk to them in just a little bit. Also, Dave Wolf will catch us up with sports right now. Let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. House Republican.
Oh, yeah, the Santos vote happened, right?
It did.
Yeah. I'm watching it, seeing her.
Sorry.
Seeing it right now.
Yeah, the special election was held up in New York yesterday.
Even with the bad weather that we had, huh?
Apparently it wasn't as bad as the meteorologists. Are they on our list? They're on our list.
A list of what?
Of people who are not doing the things they should be doing.
The meteorologists. All meteorologists?
All meteorologists. Well, no, because they're using the different models. They're trying to confuse us. And then they predicted the big nor'easter, which in some places it dumped a lot of snow. Other places they got about this much.
Here's the thing, Ken. You do not want to go toe to toe with meteorologists. You don't want to upset them
because they know the green screen better than I do.
Yeah, absolutely. They are like magicians. They can control the weather.
They are good.
At least that was most people think when they get mad at meteorologists. Like, you said we were going to get snow.
Well, the school kids especially were they were happy, kind of, until they didn't get the snow to play in, but they were happy to have the day off school.
Most times in anything, whether it be weather or, money, like, okay, you own a business and they're like, guys, we're going to have a meeting and we forecast for the next quarter that we're going to make this much money.
Oh.
Do they end up making that much money? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. So it's the same thing with the weather.
Yeah.
You can't dog people for
I'm dogging them.
Doing their best research and saying, you know what? Especially Lake Michigan, like any body of water, you don't know what's going to happen. You know that this is what the temperature of the water is. This is the wind. This is the cold front. This is the warm front. You can do all your scientific research, but sometimes results may vary.
Mother Nature has a hand in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how's everybody doing this morning for Valentine's Day, by the way? We got a good morning and a happy Valentine's Day from Jeffrey.
Hey,
Jeffrey,
Jeff.
do you prefer Jeff or Jeffrey?
It's Jeff.
He's Jeff? Yeah. He's a Jeff. Okay.
Yeah, he's a Jeff.
Good morning to William Dollar.
Hey, Bill.
Bill. Do you prefer Bill or William?
Oh, boy.
And then good morning to Teresa.
Come on.
Do you prefer T or Risa?
There you go. So you were asking about the New York special election. Democrat Tom Suozzi, spelled Suozzi.
Okay.
So I'm going Susie. Won the special election for the U.S. House seat. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Other than he's a Democrat, so that's a Democrat pickup for the House of Representatives. So it just makes
they gain
a tight
seat.
situation even tighter. Yes.
So then it's what? It's it was roughly tied at some point, right? Or it was like
never actually
there was
tied.
one. It kind of they tossed around the one.
Yeah, let's see what the actual split is right now. Because they do have some members.
There was never a 50-50. I thought it got real close to a 50-50
There may have been like
split.
a one-person lead.
Because I know they said they really lean on vice president for some of that stuff, mainly for Senate.
Yeah, the Senate, the vice president acts in that body. Let's see, House of Representatives.
Jeffrey or Ree makes a good point. The betting sites should allow weather betting. I think that is a great idea. Yeah, like the inches of snow. Like what's the over under? Because there's so many times I always, when growing up, when they would say like, yeah, coming up here, 5 days from now, we're going to get 2 feet of snow. And then that 5 days comes and we get 6 inches. And you get disappointed. So I would love, even if it's just something as simple as like an over under inches of rain or things like that. Will we get snow or not get snow?
Yeah, because then you could never fix those games. There's always people who allege that the professional sports are fixed. And
you have to have a way of gauging that stuff, because you can't say, well, in my backyard, I got 4 inches and in your backyard, you got 8. So I win, right? No, there needs to be like just how they always say, like the airports usually, most meteorologists will go off of, okay, well, the local airport says this is what's going on. This is the wind speed. This is the amount of snow. You got to have sort of that. This is your baseline, or this is your place you measure that stuff.
Yeah. So in the House chamber, you have with Santos losing to the Republican seat, losing to a Democrat. You have House Democrats now at 213.
Okay.
And Republicans at 219.
Okay.
And that means if the full House votes, if there's nobody absent, Republicans can only lose 2 people.
Okay.
And still pass legislation along party lines.
Wow.
Yeah, along party lines.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, because not everybody is going to vote along with the party.
Nope.
So that's why you vote.
That's why you vote.
That's interesting. That'll be interesting to see. By the way, right now on the radio, you're hearing the Greengineers conversation for Robotics Roundup. You'll be able to check out the full podcast as well as the video a little bit later on WSJM.com and the WSJM app. Everybody throwing out their Happy Valentine's Day.
Yay.
Happy Valentine's Day. Or as Teresa says, Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, Diane.
Drop the E. That's all right.
Happy Valentine's Day.
The Valentine's Day Massacre is usually the thing that comes up because I like history, interesting things that happened in history. And the St. Valentine's Day Massacre has connection to Southwest Michigan.
Ooh, what's that? With Al Capone?
Yeah, with Al Capone, and one of the guys that was there's a book about it, but one of the guys that was part of the shooting, he was one of the guys doing the shooting. He was later caught by a Stevensville police officer.
Wow.
At a house that is still standing.
Okay.
And was once, I don't know if it still is, a real estate office. The place where I signed the papers to buy my house. But they seized one of the, and I believe the Berrien County Sheriff's Department still has it in their possession. They seized one of the Tommy guns that was used.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a great artifact of history.
Yeah, you as a news guy should go see if you get access to check
take
that
it to
thing
the
out.
firing range.
Yeah, well, not that, but at least take a look at it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a Tommy gun. If I were to have any sort of gun, because I don't own a gun, or like a gun that I would like to shoot. I would like to go to a shooting range. I've shot handguns and rifles and things like that.
Yeah.
But I would like, if anybody happens to have a Tommy gun.
Oh, no.
That at a shooting range, I mean, of course, professional and legal and all that stuff. But if there is a Tommy gun that I could have access to and just shoot.
I don't know that unless they have I think it's a class 3. You can't legally have that.
No.
Maybe
Why
if it's
can't
historical.
why isn't there a historical society that has like I would love to do this if this existed, a gun a rifle museum,
Yeah.
and be able to shoot in my lifetime. I'd love to shoot a Tommy gun, one of those classic Rugers that like the German army had.
Oh,
those
the
little
Luger,
not
Luger.
Ruger, Luger. Yeah. The Luger. I would like to shoot that.
Yeah,
and then also an AK-47.
Oh,
okay. I
Okay.
don't know why, but those are just those. I always see those in the movies, and I wonder, like, man, what would it be like to fire that gun at a shooting range?
What if we just got you a Nerf gun?
A Nerf gun, an
Yeah.
AK Nerf gun?
Yeah, an AK Nerf gun or a Tommy Nerf gun, and let you go with that. I think that'd
Okay.
be the same.
That would be cool. Or a Tommy gun, Nerf gun, because that would be a cool clip. You know, you put that in there, and you put all those Nerfs.
I think
in
they
there.
have that. They have that. I think I got my kids one of those.
man.
Yeah. It's a pain to pick up the little bullets.
Yeah,
And it's a pain to load them in the Nerf gun.
Nerf, because we kind of talked about this
Yeah.
yesterday about the guy that engineered, not only the Super Soaker but also the Nerf.
Right.
But later on, they've since made it even better. And the one I've seen, they've changed from the long sort of Nerf
Right.
foam bullets,
Right.
to now round, like spheres.
Oh,
And so
like
you've
balls?
got like balls, like almost
Oh.
like an airsoft gun or a paintball
Okay.
gun, and they make them little soft balls
Yee.
like that. And that, to me, that's too intense. Not
Yeah.
only the fact that that's too intense when you're having a Nerf war, but it's too intense when you have to pick that stuff up. Like, can you imagine like cleaning? Oh yeah, I got this for Christmas. I got it holds 100 Nerf balls.
Yeah.
And then later on, you have about 20 Nerf balls left, and your dog or your dog's eating them.
Oh yeah.
You're getting
Or what
lost.
what if you accidentally pick up a ball bearing or a marble?
Right.
Put that in the thing. That's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Pop-Tarts?
I love Pop-Tarts.
The inventor, the creator of Pop-Tarts died.
Oh man.
I know. I'm sorry. Sorry to break that to you.
Are they going to bury him in a toaster?
They should. No, because it'll keep coming back
Ah.
up. William Bill Post, who has a long history with the Keebler Company and Kellogg's brand,
Yeah.
and is often credited as the inventor, the creator of Pop-Tarts, has died at age 96.
They're making a movie about that, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
A Pop-Tart movie?
A Pop-Tart movie. Yeah.
Wow.
Because they
Will
made.
there be a sequel?
Well, it's
Twinkies.
it's in two parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
It's wrapped up in foil.
Thank you. Thank you.
Post was born on the south side of Detroit. No, South Detroit. No.
Born and raised in South Detroit.
No. Post was born on the south side of Grand Rapids to Dutch immigrants and was one of 7 children.
Okay.
He served in the Army Air Corps in occupied Japan, later returned to marry his high school sweetheart, Florence.
Mhm. Florence is a great name.
Florence is a great name. Working with the Herkman Company, which later became the Keebler Company, he helped develop the idea for the Pop-Tarts.
Really?
Yeah. He shared the glory with his team, he said. He would say he assembled an amazing team that developed Kellogg's concept for a shelf-stable toaster pastry into a very fine product that we could bring to market in the span of just 4 months. So from idea to execution, 4 months. 4 months.
Wow.
Yep.
I do love me a good Pop-Tart. Do you ever, I mean, when you were a kid,
Yep.
Did they have frosting on the Pop-Tarts?
Yes.
Because what
we were never allowed to have Pop-Tarts, though.
Really?
Yeah, because they're just a sugary treat. I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Yeah, no, my mom
There's
wouldn't buy them.
yeah, they're really, I mean, as far as breakfast, I mean, there is grains in there, but of course there's all bleached flour and all
I
that.
fell in love with the idea of a Pop-Tart, but then when I had one, I was like, oh, interesting. I like the real pastries.
So when's the last time you had a Pop-Tart?
It had to have been, I don't know,
20 years ago?
decade ago, maybe.
Yeah. I like Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
I at one point, when I was a kid, I always toasted the Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
But then later on, I don't know if it was out of convenience or laziness. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to eat them out of the package.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how I eat them now.
Yeah.
But now they're getting, they're getting too ridiculous with some of them.
no.
I was in the grocery store the other day picking up usual dinner stuff and walked by I think I was picking up some crackers and I was like, should probably get some Pop-Tarts because I knew they were going to make the Pop-Tart movie. So it was it was top of mind. And I thought, man, I should grab some Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
But there's so many different choices.
Yeah.
I will say the s'mores ones.
S'mores?
They make s'mores ones.
Okay, I'm looking this
The
up.
Pop-Tart itself is more graham cracker like, and then like a soft graham cracker, and it's got chocolate. The chocolate,
Oh my goodness.
it's split. So the way they do it, they layer it where you've got, I guess they put strips of chocolate and strips of marshmallow, and then encase it into the graham cracker Pop-Tart, then cover it in a chocolate layer.
Oh my gosh. So I'm on the Pop-Tart website.
Yeah.
And I'm getting hungry. Flavor Drops, the new Pop-Tarts. They have frosted apple cinnamon Apple Jacks Pop-Tarts.
I did see Apple Jacks Pop-Tarts
Yeah.
there, and I was like, that's too much.
They have I like Apple Jacks.
I like Apple Jacks as Apple Jacks. I don't like the combination of things.
Frosted banana bread Pop-Tarts.
Okay, I'd be on board with that.
Frosted chocolatey chip pancake Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
This is an innovation. Frosted cinnamon roll Pop-Tart bites.
Okay.
Just the bites.
Just the bites. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. They used to make a cereal that was Pop-Tart cereal.
Oh.
And they looked like mini Pop-Tarts. They had frosting on it, and they even had a fruit filling, like strawberry. And I think they made it for a short period of time.
2 more flavors. Frosted strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts, which
Okay.
I would be probably game for. And then the frosted sugar cookie printed fun Pop-Tarts.
It's too much.
It's too much. And
No, just the classic strawberry is a good one. I do like the cinnamon, the regular cinnamon ones.
Okay.
Those are good.
God,
But
the bites.
the unfrosted ones are just weird to me. Not having frosting on the Pop-Tarts. I know that was how they first came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're making a Pop-Tart movie that is supposed to be. It's definitely going to be a comedy because it's got a lot of
Seth
big
Rogen in it.
stars in it. He might be actually.
Oh no. That seems like his kind of movie.
They made the
Unfrosted, the Pop-Tart story.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
the one. Yeah, it's gonna be on Netflix, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's got like Melissa McCarthy, Jerry Seinfeld is gonna
out.
be in it. Yeah.
Oh.
Fred Armisen and some other some really good people in there as well. So yeah,
That's
it
really
looks like
funny.
it's gonna be a funny movie. They made the
Will the villain be a what, pizza pocket? A hot pocket?
pop quiz for anybody.
Sorry.
With Pop-Tarts and things like that owned by Post, right?
Yeah.
What famous what former president lives in a home formerly owned by somebody that helped start
Sorry, Kellanova, not Post.
Kellanova?
Yeah,
Well,
Kellanova.
that totally kills my question then.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. So Donald Trump lives in Mar-a-Lago.
Yep.
Who previously owned Mar-a-Lago?
The Post family.
Yeah. What was her name?
Marianne.
Meriwether.
Meriwether.
Another great name.
No, Meriwether is a great name.
Meriwether Post. But yeah, she lived there.
Yeah.
I think did she build it? I don't know if she built it.
I don't know, but I've been trying to watch Citizen Kane, and nobody in my household wants to watch that with me. Rewatch.
Really?
Yeah, I love that movie.
It's a long one, right?
It's a great movie.
I'm trying to remember. I think I watched it in film class when I was in college.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
but
classic.
I got to rewatch it because I haven't seen it in a while.
It's really good. It's funny because I didn't remember some of the opening scenes, and I was astounded to see it all. It's pretty funny.
It's still didn't it get knocked off the top spot as one of the greatest movies of all time?
It might have. Let's see.
I think it
You're
got
talking
bumped,
about AFI.
I think it got bumped down a little bit.
Right now it's still number one.
Still number one
on
because
this.
I think it kind of in some polls they were like, oh, it's not the best movie in the world anymore.
The top. You want to do the top 10 movies of American Film Institute? Have you seen? And then I'll name the movie, and then you'd let me know if you've seen it.
Okay.
So number 10, The Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
Vertigo.
Ooh, yes.
That's an Alfred
Mhm,
Hitchcock.
mhm, mhm.
Schindler's List.
Yep.
Okay. Lawrence of Arabia.
Not in a long time.
So
I
have you
saw
seen
it when
it?
I was younger. Yeah.
Okay. Gone with the Wind.
Few times.
Singing in the Rain.
Oh, yeah.
Raging Bull.
Yep.
That's a great movie.
Mhm.
Love that movie. Casablanca.
Yep.
The Godfather.
Which one? All of them?
It
Or
just says
for-
The Godfather.
okay,
Yeah, the number one.
Mhm.
And then Citizen Kane.
Yeah, that's been a while. Yeah, I need to rewatch a few of those. Lawrence of Arabia, I have not seen in a very long time. So
I can't remember if I've seen that one at all.
it's a classic. Yeah, I watched a lot of classic movies when I was a kid, so that's definitely one of them.
Number 13 on the list is Star Wars.
Ooh,
The fourth one.
the fourth.
Well,
No.
it's actually the first. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
We have to do something here.
Hey, it's Fred Upton, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
I tell you what, almost 7:30. It's going to be a cloudy day today for your Valentine's Day, so maybe a nice candlelit dinner at home, or if you're going to go out to eat. I don't know. It's middle of the week. Do you go out to eat for Valentine's Day? Middle of the week?
You can.
Yeah, I guess why not?
Certainly.
Cloudy tonight.
White Castle is having tableside service.
I
remember?
saw that. Yeah, there's a
we
few
talked about
places that are doing the whole tableside thing. Maybe go to Taco Bell. Low down to 34.
Make a run for the border.
There you go. Then to Thursday, we're gonna have to Thursday. Yeah, that's how you say Thursday. Snow mixing in at some point with a high of 40. All right, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here's some of the local stories we're following for you today. St. Joseph City Commissioners have rejected a proposal to allow parking of RVs and other recreational vehicles in residential driveways. At their Monday meeting, commissioners considered a resolution that would clean up and clarify some of the zoning language pertaining to parking. The issue, if you remember, was first brought to the Planning Commission's attention last summer by then resident and now current city commissioner Michael Fernandez. He requested that the rules be changed to allow RVs to be parked in front yard driveways. The Planning Commission came back with language this week that still will not allow such parking, and the City Commission approved the Planning Commission's recommendation. A proposal to build a fitness center and apartment housing at 1189 Lydia Drive in St. Joseph Township has been put on hold by the Township Planning Commission. At their regular Tuesday meeting, planners heard from Karan Singh, the owner of Power Strike Fitness on Hilltop Road. He said he'd like a new location for his business while adding to the area's housing availability. However, there were many concerns brought by area residents about traffic and parking. Residents said it's dangerous enough trying to get in and out of Lydia Drive onto Niles Road. And so the Planning Commission said, we're going to table this for now. We'd like a refined plan on how you would address those issues. And the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is expanding its Michigan Chemical Exposure Monitoring Project into Benton Harbor and Benton Township. The MyChem project aims to gather data on the amount of certain chemicals in the bloodstream of Michiganders, including lead, mercury, and PFAS. The department will be sending letters to area residents asking if they want to take part in the program. If you participate, you could receive a $65 Visa gift card. So look for that in the mail if you're in Benton Township or in Benton Harbor. In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Coming up here in just a little bit, we've got sports with Dave Wolf. We'll also check in with ABC News. But right now, let's find out what's happening in and around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher.
Oh, man. Now I want Pop-Tarts. Yeah, Pop-Tarts. Post, actually, did you know the Post guy that started it,
Bill,
at one point worked for Kellogg?
Yes, and Keebler.
In the sanitarium.
Oh, in the actual sanitarium.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a cook there? Chef?
I think so. Yeah, I think he was kind of helping with all that stuff, because grape nuts were originally created
in the sanitarium.
Yeah, because they called it it was like a granola. It was like their way of making a simple granola.
Yeah.
And grape nuts was something that when Post, I don't know if I'm trying to remember if he got fired or just decided to leave, but he had the recipe because Kellogg had not officially become a company yet. And then Post was like, you know what? I'm going to start this whole thing and I've already got a recipe. And then he comes up with grape nuts, and then cornflakes was an accident.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how I've always, with certain things, certain foods that we eat on a regular basis, cereal, pizza, these were things that weren't really part of your regular daily life as they are now, just 30, 40 years ago.
Oh,
like cereal, eating a bowl of cereal didn't really become a thing until later on. It had to be invented. And then pizza really wasn't, like delivery pizza wasn't not a popular thing. So
you're talking about breakfast foods.
And pizza is breakfast.
They don't deliver that in the mornings, though. I don't think they do.
They did at one point.
Did they really?
Yeah. I was actually talking with folks that work at Pizza Hut, but I was saying, hey, there's also, do you guys have breakfast pizza? Because my campaign right now, and I asked this the other day, is, when you go to the buffet, when they have
the pizza buffet,
the pizza buffet,
okay,
you got the salad bar and everything, but the pizza buffet, they have the regular pizzas there, but then there's a dessert pizza.
I love the dessert pizza
that usually has either like apple, blueberry, or cherry, and then they do like a
frosting drizzle.
They do a crumble.
Oh, the
streusel crumble.
Yeah.
It's on a thin crust, and then the streusel crumble, and then they do the frosting on there. I call that a frosting ribbon.
Yeah.
They put that on there, and it's delicious. I said, is there a way that I can get that either delivered or pick up? Because, they have the cookies and the brownies and all that stuff that you can get at most pizza places.
Yeah.
But if you had a thin crust dessert pizza, I'd buy that every day. Not every day, but every time I buy pizza, which is close to every day. So
you could always just have pancakes and arrange it to look like a pizza.
Well, what I could say is give me the pieces. Give me like a take and bake. If you want to do that, if you're worried that it's going to get too messy or it's not going to be uphold the quality that you're trying to get, then give me a take and bake. Give me the thin crust and the frosting and all that stuff.
Have you always refrigerated pizza, leftover pizza?
Yeah.
Really?
Do you leave it out?
I used to.
Really?
Yeah. And then I'd eat it in the morning. It's always fine. I always believe
little footprints of mice all over it?
No. You put it in the microwave.
Right.
And
you keep it in the microwave. Okay.
And just throw it in there. And
I have put it in the oven before. Like the oven has not been on.
Yeah.
But I'll keep it in the box
item.
in the oven and then pull it out and then do that.
Because I think it's the acid in the tomato sauce, I think, chases off the bacteria. I could be wrong.
I think you are wrong. No, yeah, you should put it in the fridge. I've actually, depending on the size of the box, I've actually put the whole box in the fridge, and done it that way. You ever put the box in the oven?
The whole box?
Yeah.
And to warm it up?
Yeah.
No.
Probably not safe.
No. Have you done that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I'm trying to remember if I've ever done that. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Jeff says, no, you need to leave it on the counter and graze on it over days.
Days. No, not days.
No, I like cold pizza for breakfast. And the way I judge pizza is first I get a pizza. Usually I'll get it, if I'm trying it for the first time, I'll get it cheese or like one topping, like a pepperoni or a sausage or something like that. But then the true test of if it's a great pizza or not is what does it taste like the next day cold?
Oh.
Then if it still tastes really, really good and delicious, then it ups its ranking. But breakfast pizza is a thing, and you can pick that up at some places.
I do like making that. And essentially you have pizza, and then you make a couple of, I prefer sunny side up eggs.
Okay.
And just put them on top of the warmed up pizza. Delicious.
Yeah. I'll do
eggs on pizza. Yum.
A lot of the ones that you'll see at either some gas stations and I don't know if any, I feel like for specialties, some pizza places have made a breakfast pizza, but they'll put scrambled eggs. It's a gravy base. It's like a sausage gravy base, and then breakfast sausage, eggs, and then I think they throw a little bit of cheese on there just for fun.
Yeah.
Now I want pizza.
Yeah, me too.
Breakfast pizza should be a thing. It is a thing, but the nearest gas station that has breakfast
goodness
pizza.
gracious. Gas station pizza.
Oh, I love and gas station pizza.
Some of them are pretty
Some
good.
of them are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, ones that like they'll make them there. Those are good.
If you count on Uber or Lyft and you're planning to travel in a major city today, you might have some problems.
Yeah, they have something going on, a strike or something.
Yeah. Should we talk about that now or wait?
Let's wait a little bit.
Okay.
Wait a couple minutes. Let's just sit in silence for a couple minutes.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
We'll just here. This is our silence.
Yeah, Teresa says she likes the pizza cold.
Yeah, pizza cold is good.
Cold pizza. Yeah, I do like reheating pizza the next day, but sometimes it's just not as good.
Yeah,
you gotta be creative with that. You know, you got to put it in the oven or because I don't have a microwave. I do not do microwaves.
Do you have a philosophical objection to microwaves?
I don't really think they're necessary in my home.
Okay.
It's personal choice. I mean, I think if I ever need to reheat something, if it's a soup, I'll put it in a pot and I'll warm it up just like how I warmed it up from the can. Or if I made it homemade. And then if there's any other things, I have a nice toaster oven. That I usually that has a bunch of different settings. It's got from toast to bagel to convection to all kinds of different things. So I'm like, I'll put it in a ceramic dish, pop it in there if it's like a pasta or something like that. But yeah, I don't have a toaster.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't have a microwave.
How do you make toast?
I have the toast setting in my oven, or what I do is
I
I
have
have
a counter oven or the big oven.
It's a counter. It's a small toaster oven, and then what I'll do is I also have a griddle. A griddle on top of my my range.
Okay.
So I'll usually make a toast on that.
Your hob.
Yeah, my hob. Yeah, put it on full whack, and then I usually toast it there. So it's more like sort of like grilled cheese. There's butter. I toss butter on the griddle, and then I just.
Oh, okay. I usually make toast in the oven with the broil setting.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm usually doing other stuff too. So
you just put it in a pan, and then
on a cookie sheet.
Do you have to flip it?
You could if you wanted to. I usually don't. I just put
toast
butter on one side.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to do it.
Stays soft.
I have the broiler, broiler drawer, or the broiler. I guess I fold down the thing and then I have to put it in a special thing.
Oh,
yeah,
a special thing.
Yeah, it's not like in the actual main oven part. Yeah. It's below it.
Oh,
yeah.
Gas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds dangerous.
Yeah, I've never used it.
Oh.
I've never had to broil anything, and it's made by Whirlpool. That's what it's down below.
Huh. Very nice.
But yeah, I've not had to use it, but I think it seems fine.
Yeah, I bet it works nice.
But yeah, I have not done that, but yeah, you should everything microwave. I don't do that because I don't microwave coffee because that changes the chemical composition of it. And it is wrong. So I don't do that.
Sometimes it's the experience of cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Microwave just makes it too easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff says a sea of countertop appliances. Yeah. That's the one reason too, why we decided not to have some of that stuff. I mean, we got the air fryer, but the air fryer was actually, we inherited the air fryer from a friend. Like we borrowed it for one random thing that we wanted to do. Yeah. And he said, just keep it. I've already got another one. So we inherited that, and I'll use that on occasion. But yeah, I don't have a lot of countertop appliances.
Yeah.
I've got my KitchenAid stand mixer. Mm-hmm. That's about the only thing that sits on the counter.
Yeah, our only two are the stand mixer and then the espresso machine.
Oh yeah, that takes up. How big is that thing? That probably takes up some decent counter space, huh?
It does.
Is it like a single thing? Like you don't have two
well,
what you call it?
There's the espresso machine and then there's the coffee grinder.
Oh, the grinder's next to it.
Right
okay.
next to it.
Okay.
but they fit under the cabinets.
Okay.
So I feel good
But
about that.
width wise, what are we talking? 2 feet, 2.5 feet?
Yeah, 2.5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
No.
Yeah. That's the thing. Even like the stand mixer is like right at the height of the cabinets. Like sometimes if I have it out,
Yeah.
I can't open the cabinet doors.
Yeah.
So I need to raise my cabinets.
Yeesh.
I actually at one point thought about running power to or creating a kitchen island in my kitchen, a small enough kitchen island.
Okay.
But then running power up
Yeah.
to it so that I could plug in stand mixer
Yep.
or anything else and just let it live
That's a great idea.
there. So that may come in the future.
Have you seen the fancy kitchens where they have the KitchenAid stand mixer down in the cupboard below?
Oh,
And they
yeah.
have like I don't know if it's hydraulic or spring loaded or something, but you can just easily raise it up and anchor it right there.
Ooh, I
for when
like
you
that.
And you just put it away.
Yeah, like the Singer sewing machines back in the day.
Exactly.
You have those. You fold it up and you
Yep.
lock it in. I like that idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the show here in just a second.
Urologist Jessica Burns.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Yes, it is. Good morning. You can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. We are also on our Facebook, X, and YouTube, streaming live for all to see and hear. If you want to come hang out with us over there, we would love for you to do that.
I just got in trouble by Stephanie.
What'd she say?
She says, "Ha, you didn't tell me you had a punch key." I didn't. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. I was going to suggest that, but I assumed that you were going to just do it. I was going to suggest that you take one with you for Stephanie.
Oh, you didn't, though.
But I did not. So I guess I am to blame as well for this mishap. But are you saying that you didn't go and get one for Stephanie and she did not have one in her office at all?
I don't know the answer to the question that you just asked. But it was
is
very,
Stephanie Polish?
No,
not Polish.
No, but it's
See,
very.
I'm Polish, so I'm like, I gotta have the punch key.
It was very good, and it was very generous of you to bring them. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you. You mentioned when we were exactly when we were on the live stream just a moment ago.
Yeah.
You mentioned Uber and Lyft and some of the rideshare companies.
They're mad.
What are they so mad about?
That they're not getting enough money.
Okay.
They want better pay. They want safer working conditions. So there's a group of Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash folks who are planning on striking today. To demand the better pay and the safer working conditions. The coalition said striking drivers will not provide rides to and from airports in 10 U.S. cities from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. That includes Chicago, Austin, Chicago, Hartford, Miami, Newark, Orlando, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Providence, and Tampa. So if you're traveling either in Chicago or to one of those destinations, there may be a delay with the Uber and Lyft drivers. Yeah. So Uber, Lyft, and delivery drivers, they say they're tired of being mistreated by app companies. They're sick of working 80-hour weeks just to make ends meet and constantly being scared for their safety. So Justice for App Workers, there's a thing called Justice for App Workers, are asking that they strike across the country today to bring attention to the matter. They say they won't take it anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't. So say you've been an Uber driver for 5-6 years. Do you get a raise, or you just pretty much?
I think you have to negotiate with the company, and I don't think they're willing to negotiate.
Yeah, I'm sure they're like, nope, this is what it is. So yeah, are they? If Uber and Lyft are profiting as the company continues to get better, and they raise the, as Jeff says, that Uber increasing the fare fees and maybe pocketing the extra money. If that's happening, yeah, that's definitely a reason to strike.
The average Lyft driver gross hourly pay was $21.44 last year.
Okay.
Uber drivers hourly pay $18.80 last year.
An hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what constitutes an hour? Is it
60 minutes?
Is it an hour of you driving around, or is it an hour of you actually having someone in your car?
I think they just look at the overall and calculate out what that average.
Yeah, because if I'm making myself available for 8 hours, am I getting paid during that 8-hour span if I haven't picked up, a ton of people during the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uber CEO Derek Kowalski says that drivers made $33 per utilized hour
Utilized hour. Okay.
in the fourth quarter of 2023.
Because that's how taxis work, right? Taxis, you get paid off of when you're actually in use, right?
I have no idea how taxis work,
Hmm.
other than I see one, I flag it down,
Right.
give them some money.
Well, some of those guys are going to probably be even more busy nowadays, today especially.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe they'll be happy, but probably also a little upset because I'm sure taxi companies have cut back over the years.
Someone who's taking a plane into Michigan and will not need an Uber or a Lyft is Vice President Kamala Harris.
Oh, what's she doing here?
In her fourth visit to Michigan since being sworn in, she's going to visit Grand Rapids on February 22nd during her Fight for Reproductive Freedoms tour.
All right.
Yeah, she's expected to highlight efforts by organizers, advocates, and elected leaders to protect reproductive rights since the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got former President Trump in this weekend.
Yep.
And then we've got Vice President Kamala Harris coming in next week.
Okay.
Michigan's going to see a lot of that between now and November.
Yeah, as it's a sort of a purple state.
Maybe we should have like an airport tax for elected or want to be elected officials.
Interesting.
Really expensive.
Isn't one of the responsibilities of the vice president to kind of oversee NASA?
That I have no idea.
That you have no idea?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just trying to peacefully transition into this next thing that I had for you.
I know the current NASA administrator, Bill Nelson.
Oh, you do?
Well, we used
personally?
I used to interview him a lot for Florida.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then I talked to him for other things.
So are you friends? Are you Facebook? Wait, are you Facebook friends?
No, we're acquaintances.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That might be better than Facebook friends. Well, a quick NASA story for you. They apparently are one step closer to putting nuclear power on the moon.
Oh,
what do you think of that?
Maybe that?
Maybe I think that's possibly part of the idea of being able to colonize that. Well, let's put a power plant up there. Start generating power. They're planning to build one so that we can all visit and, of course, leave the light on all night if we want to. They just extended 2 big $1 million contracts to develop a small fission.
Yeah,
that's how you say it.
Sure.
Fission reactor.
Yeah,
on the moon by 2030.
That's fascinating for a number of reasons. Number one, I want to know the personality of people who want to live on the moon.
I would do it.
Yeah, number two, you're going to need people who know how to take care of nuclear power plants if that's the case.
Okay.
And then number three,
that out.
what are you going to do with the waste? Now, when I was young, I thought we had a problem with nuclear waste. Why not just put it in a rocket and send it out to space?
Yeah.
Still not sure that's not a bad idea. But what do you do with the nuclear waste if it's on the moon? You generate it on the moon.
I mean, I would probably do it similar to how we do it right now. We bury it, right?
On the moon?
Bury it on the moon. You think that's going to cause problems?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you think it's causing problems here?
It's going to keep it. It's going to keep it lit up. You're going to have more full moons.
Yeah, the moon glows already. Why not? No, it's the sun. Yeah, I'm not sure what you do with the waste. That's why I started a company, Space Waste Management.
I like it.
I'm a space trash man. Why Space Trash Man has not been turned into a movie yet, I have no idea.
It's got to be a movie somewhere.
Yeah, it very much kind of reminds me of Spaceballs, just kind of like driving around in a truck.
Seth Rogen, we could star him in your space
You
trash movie.
really want Seth Rogen to be the star
it's been a
of
while.
every
I don't
movie.
know where he is.
He writes a lot of movies and produces a lot of movies.
Get back on screen.
Yeah, he was in something. I think he was in an animated thing recently where he was the voice of something.
He has a great voice.
Yeah, I'm sure he's busy with all kinds of different stuff. But
yeah.
Anyways, we got a lot of other things to get to here this morning. In just a few minutes, we'll have your Moody on the Market update. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they see
Space Waste Management. Yeah.
I love that.
Nuclear reactor on the moon.
I don't know about that.
Well, I guess how else are you going to generate power? Solar?
Yeah, solar.
Yeah, because there's no atmosphere to really block any sort of you're going to get full rays of and it's not creating cloud. You're not getting cloud cover on the moon. So yeah, your solar power would probably work pretty easily up there. I like the idea of putting up multiple different things. Like, let's try
diversify your power sources.
Yeah, let's do nuclear, little bit of nuclear reactor on one side of the
stationary
moon,
bicycle,
and then solar power. Yeah,
okay.
I think that would work.
Huh. I mean, is the nuclear thing going to be like a real small one? Because you don't have many people up there.
Yeah, I think a small one.
Yeah. How big's the first development? And can you park an RV in your driveway on the moon?
You raise a lot of questions, and I cannot answer them right now because we got to get back to the show.
WSJM.
And then,
yeah, when you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, you can find it at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Our team of contributors always on it. You can find those stories and more, like the Moody on the Move series, as well as the awards program. And I believe Pat Moody is going to be out on the road on Friday.
Oh,
he gets invited to that breakfast, the business recognition breakfast, and we didn't.
Oh,
yeah.
You didn't get invited?
The whole time I thought, yeah, we're going. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be fun. And then we're like, oh, yeah, you're going to be back here. Pat's going to do it. Like, oh, cool. Just the other day, people were talking to me. They're, oh, man, can't wait to see you out there. I'm like, yeah, not going to be there.
But, I mean, he does have an award named after him.
He does.
So he's got to be there anyway.
Yeah, he does.
Should we talk about the Pat Moody Award?
Sure.
Yeah, the nominees are set. They're setting the pace for community service and business success. And so what we're talking about is the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber Business Recognition Awards breakfast coming up this Friday morning at Lake Michigan College, the Mendel Center. Among the awards will be the Pat Moody Award. It's named after, of course, Moody on the Market founder and publisher Pat Moody, and it recognizes Moody-like devotion to business success and community service right here in Southwest Michigan.
Yeah, and moodyonthemarket.com and Midwest Family were honored to be a part of the Chamber's annual recognition event, even though we didn't get invited, and especially to honor a community and business leader in the tradition, an example set by Pat Moody in 53 years of service to Michigan's great Southwest. You want to know the nominees?
Yes, let's do it. The nominees.
The nominees are for the Pat Moody Award, which, by the way, should have been a large mustache, gold mustache, but the trophy people did not.
The trophy is not a mustache?
No, it's not, unfortunately.
All right.
But it's a pretty major award. Bert Pearson, owner of Pearson Construction Company, is one of the nominees, as well as Ann Reitz from the owner of Cafe Tosi.
Yep.
We also have Roger Seeley, owner of Rogers Foodland.
Great individual.
Jimbo Shelton, who is from Shelton's Farm Market in Niles. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great people. Honestly, all these people, good ones. If you want to check out that story, we got it at moodyonthemarket.com, and you can actually see it in person.
Yep.
See who gets the award. Who are you picking? Do you have a pick?
I'm not going to go for a pick because they all look like great individuals.
Yeah, I think it's a four-way tie.
Yeah, I would say. But we'll learn the answer on Friday because I think Pat Moody is going to be joining us during the morning show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He'll be
broadcasting
on site,
live.
broadcasting live. Yeah, he'll be over there while we're down here. I think we won't even use equipment. We'll just yell. Or Pat Moody can be so loud, we'll just open up the window and we'll be able to hear him that way.
Did somebody open a window? It's cold all of a sudden.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody turned the air conditioning on.
Again.
We've got a lot of great stories like that one at moodyonthemarket.com. Your update is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
We're watching over you. I am.
Brr.
Yeah, man.
Like a real breeze came in.
She said, Teresa says, congratulations, Pat. It should have been Jonny and Ken.
Hey!
Like us win the Pat Moody Award? No.
Thank you, Teresa. She's got our backs. I like that.
I don't have that many years of service. I'm still in my 30s. So I think once I get to like 50, then we could talk.
Oh.
All right. Make sure everything is where it needs to be. What else we got comments wise? What are we talking about? Heights? Oh, Jeff says we cannot even land on the moon yet build a nuclear plant.
Very true.
That is a good question. Like I think we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We haven't been to the moon since like 1972.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, you know what we're going to do? We're going back to the moon. We still haven't even figured out how to get back to the moon.
You keep saying going back to the moon.
Yeah, we did go to the moon. Now, the original landing that 150 million people watched and being the largest television event of all time, was that filmed by Stanley Kubrick? I cannot confirm nor deny that one.
Again, I mean, they raise a good point on our live stream comments here of we can't be if we can't land on the moon.
Yeah, how are we gonna land a whole bunch of other stuff on there?
Yeah, because
the most recent or the flight that was supposed to happen, I think next year, that's been delayed. And then of course, I think there's also, aren't they ahead of time before the people go? Aren't they sending supplies as well? Aren't they doing a couple like unmanned flights to the moon? That stuff, like, why aren't we doing that? You know, we're roving all over the place on Mars. Why aren't we also sending some little rovers on the moon?
Yeah. I want to see drones up there the same way that they have the drones lit up instead of firework displays. I want that on the moon. Just do little formations.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be fun. Billboards.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Pepsi Cola.
I would pay to see that.
This evening's full moon brought to you by Walmart.
That'd be great.
Too much?
Yeah, it'd be like Sphere. It'd be like the Sphere in
exactly.
If we could make it look like that, the one that's in Vegas.
What happens on the moon stays on the moon.
Got milk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got moon. All right, everybody. That about wraps us up here on the live stream. We got to get to the next hour of this fine award-winning program. So if you want to stick around on the radio and listen to that, you can. But,
or stream on the app. We've got an app too.
Yeah, you can switch your stream over. All right. You guys have a good one. And happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Enjoy it. Hopefully you get some chocolate or some smooches
or leftover
something like that.
Yeah.
Or leftover punchki.
Yeah.
Please do not give Stephanie a leftover punchki.
Do you have any extras?
No. All right. Bye, everybody.